Pop mining on Hemi requires simply some command line interface knowledge, a little bit of Bitcoin, and the correct setup for your computer. Now, I'm running a MacOS with a Silicon chip, which means that I am going to want to identify the correct asset to download here from Hemi's GitHub, which has all the other assets that you need for other operating systems. For my case, it'll be this one right here, which we'll download and extract. You can extract it by double-clicking it, and then you're going to want to bring up your terminal next. You can hit the command key and space bar to bring that up and type terminal in. We want to change directories, and before we hit enter there, we're going to grab this pathway from that window and drop it in here. If you don't have a user interface that allows you to do that, you can manually enter this. Just fill in the user that makes sense for you. Mine will be obviously made for me. Now, we want to ensure that there's a compatibility with our system in this. So we're going to use this command, uname a, and that's going to show us that we did get the right one, the ARM64. Next, we're going to want to run a command that removes the quarantine on one of these files. And then we're going to run that file. And this will show you everything that you need to know if you have any questions about what any of these things do here. Next, we're going to remove the quarantine on the key generation module that you're going to utilize in order to set up your wallet for your miner. Oops, spell that right. Now we're going to run this. To generate those addresses as a JSON file. And if you've done everything correctly, it will have generated an Ethereum address, a private key, which you're not going to want to share with anyone, a public key, and a public key hash that you can use to send assets. If you followed these steps, you'll be ready to send Bitcoin to your PoP miner so that you can send transaction data from Hemi to Bitcoin blocks. The Bitcoin that you send will pay for the fees associated with that activity. So you're going to want to grab your public key hash that you generated here and then load it up in the wallet that you've got Bitcoin on so that you can send some. I'll send enough to test the efficacy of this. If you check the block explorer, it'll show you exactly how long it takes. So just wait for that. Now, while you're waiting for this, you can go ahead and open up another tab and check the mempool. And this is going to tell us what to set the fees for the miner. And then when we're ready, we can go ahead and click back to our command prompt. And we can start to set up the miner for operations while we're waiting for that block to get confirmed in the background there. So we're going to use this command, export PopM BTC private key. And then you're going to go ahead and grab your private key and enter it here. And then we're going to go ahead and go export PopM static fee. And this is exactly why we went over to check the what the high priority is here. so that we can then use that as the basis. We want to set it to the high priority. Then we're going to go export PopM BFG URL, and that's going to be just to clarify an error, we had the wrong address in here. Let's do that right. Again, this plugs you into Hemi's public one. And then the next one we're going to do is a command to set the mainnet name. BTC. All right. And at this point, you've got everything on the miner set up, aside from that confirmed transaction, which we're waiting for still, so that once that transaction is confirmed, you'll be able to start running your PoP miner. Aha, did you catch that? I did. I have a little typo here. I need to try this one more time. There we go. This is the right way to do it. Now you can see I've got one confirmation in the background now here, so I can actually begin to run my PoP miner at this point. I can go ahead and enter that command. You're going to want to enter the command. That's it. Right there, PopMD. And that's exactly what you should see if you did everything correctly. And now you're PoP mining. Just keep the terminal open, and it'll do its work. Thanks for listening.